Hey y'all, what's up? We are going to do this finally. I keep talking about it and I've never had a good time where my hair and makeup were done and whatever, but I really don't give a shit at this point. It's in a bun, quarantining like everybody else. Anyway, so I feel like I need to tell, it looks like I've been crying, I'm just sleepy. I'm going to tell this story. It's a true story, and it's a story that happened to me. There's been a lot of speculation over time, and I think the truth actually needs to finally be told so that we can quit all the back and forth, and then after that, I'll have nothing else to say. She can report the video, she can do whatever she wants, but I'm not going to use real names, and I'm also only going to state the facts. So you can pull whatever you want to out of that after, up to you. But this is just the actual facts. Okay, so we're gonna name the people in this. My husband, because he's still currently my husband. He will be my ex-husband soon. The courts are taking their time right now. So we'll call him Bob. And we'll call his mistress, because that's what she is. She is also still married. Her divorce is not final until November. We'll call her Trixie. When I refer to my children, most of you know their names, but it's okay. We're going to call them by their ages. So the younger one is 7, and this has been going on since he was 4, but he's 7 now. And the older is 13. Okay, so let's get from the beginning. There was a field trip at school, and my kids and her kids are the same exact age. So like our 2 boys were the same exact age. Like they're maybe like a month apart. Hold on, I'm in my car, I'm really cold. Okay, and then her daughter and my son are the same exact age. Okay, so they're in the same grades at a Christian school where we live. I'm not gonna say where, because I am putting this on YouTube. It's the only way I can get it from being reported and whatever. Okay, so starting from the beginning. Okay, so there was a field trip. So it was on a, I'll give away too many details, I'll say, but it was a field trip that I couldn't not actually participate in because I'm claustrophobic, and the situation would have required for me to be confined in a very small space. So my husband took our son and Trixie. So, you know, okay, so then Trixie and her current husband, we'll call him Jim. So Trixie and Jim took their daughter. So I guess during this trip, Trixie and Bob bonded, became friends. Not uncommon. He's very flirtatious, always has been. It gets mistaken a lot for, or it has gotten mistaken a lot in the past for interest. But anyway, so I am not claiming we had a perfect marriage. Not by any means. Matter of fact, those of you that know us. Anyway, but so I don't really know. I'm assuming, this is an assumption, that field trip was like in February. I know that in March for sure, because she has confirmed that. No, April, I'm so sorry. In April, she has confirmed to me that in April is when they started their affair. So I guess from February to April, they probably talked. I know that he would go have coffee with her in the mornings at Starbucks, which I never had a problem with. I'm not like a jealous person, but I did find a lot of her behavior to be odd. So she had a sudden interest in the Patriots, and if anyone knows Bob, they know that he's obsessed with the Patriots. All of a sudden, she was drinking Voss water. Again, Bob is obsessed with Voss water. God, there were like so many things. Those are the first two that come to my head, like the top of my head. And anyone that knows Bob is going to be like, oh my God, what? Because no one in our town for sure roots for the Patriots. Like, just doesn't happen. But he's obsessed. And she would wear like Patriots shirts. I mean, even her husband even Jim had questioned Bob about it. Like, what is this about? It's weird. And Bob said, oh yeah, it is weird. Anyway, so she and I are friends at this point. We are friends. I have no clue any of this is happening. Sometime around summer, somewhere in there, she just starts acting kind of like, sketchy. Not even like, it wasn't even really all that bad. She just kept on like accusing me of thinking that she was having an affair. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Literally no idea what you're talking about. Well, then she took a trip with her family, and I don't know what got to her, but she started thinking that I was telling people about this affair, that I had no idea about this affair at this point, okay? So she finally spills the beans and tells me she has a person. And there's this person, and she's like, this is probably around September at this point. So she has this person and she's in love, and they're going to be together forever. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know if she should continue with Jim, or, you know, she's going to like ruin her entire family's like life by coming clean with this, but she can't live this life anymore because she's so bored with him, and she's now found the love of her life. Mind you, she's telling me all of this. Bob's wife. And Bob is who she's having the affair with, okay? So let's just put that in perspective. She's confiding in me about my own husband that she's having an affair with. Okay. If that doesn't get you. Okay. So, then she tells me that, you know, she doesn't know how much longer she can keep this a secret, and she may have to tell everyone involved, and there are going to be lives that get ruined. And little did I know, talk about my life. So, more sketchy stuff. I'm not even gonna curse in this video, y'all. I'm working on it. Okay, so more just like weird, sketchy stuff happens. Like her person, as she would call him, had the same work hours as Bob, and Bob works offshore. So like, when someone has like weird hours, or like, there was a time period where he would like never know when he was gonna get off, and it just so happened to be like her person had the same situation. If there were a lot of times where she was trying to get me to guess, and then when I would guess that, you know, are you and Bob, like, just tell me, and she would get irate. So anyway, she would send me text messages constantly about, and I'll either insert them here in this video if I can figure out how. I probably can't, because honestly, I can't believe I'm going to post this on YouTube, like, or I'll just put them on Facebook. So go look for them. She's going to flag them. So just got to catch them quick. But anyway, so, I also want to, I forgot to do this in the beginning. I have to put a disclaimer. Something is not slander if it is considered to be true. That is the law. It is not slander if it is true. Okay? Secondly, I am not using any names, and I will not be giving anything but facts. Okay. All right. So, we would text daily, as friends do, and she would send things like, I'm going to give up everything for love. I'm putting everything on the line for love because that's what I deserve. And I woke up today wearing his t-shirt that he gave me with his cologne on it, just feeling like I was wrapped in a warm hug. And you wouldn't believe how good the sex is. I taste like Baby Ruth candies. And she's telling all of this to me about my husband. And I think she's talking about someone else. And the hugest part of me is like, you're so stupid. Like, and I would say, like, if it's Bob, just tell me, like, come on, like, let's just be adults. Like, because that's really messed up if it is, because he has small children at the time, 4 and 9, whatever. And so we can all just move on with our lives, like, whatever. So, no. This rocks on for 2017, 2018. Then I found this out later, but this is when things got really, like, sketchy between us, and when y'all started seeing the outward, just complete hatred between us on Facebook. Okay, so I have a Tinder account. Redhead Redemption. Go find me. Add me. Yay! I have a lot of followers. It's fun. I actually haven't posted in a while because they kind of ruined the fun for me for a bit, but it's okay. I was on Huffington Post's top women whatever tweets for the week or something, whatever. So she found it. And she was looking for ways, I assume, right here, assuming, looking for ways to get him to start forming more of a distrust for me, because he already didn't trust me because he was doing things that were, you know, of course, not trustworthy. But she wanted to, like, just add fuel to the fire. Maybe try to get him to leave, because at that point, I found out, and this is gonna be weird, but later we make up in the story, that at that time she had gotten pregnant for him. That's a kicker for me. That's a hard one to swallow. Of all the things that have gone on, that's a hard one to swallow. Because out of the 23 years that I gave to this man, good or not, we were together 23 years, over half my life. And also married 15. That one hurt the most because out of all those years, our babies were the one thing that he had not shared. Being pregnant, like, all of that. I have a stepson, Adrian, who's much older, but I'm saying that, like, after that, it's the one thing that he hadn't shared with anyone else. He's not been faithful our marriage. Like, whatever. That's not neither here nor there. But I'm just saying that the babies were the most raw and beautiful thing that we shared. And so, I'm not gonna cry. Anyway, it's the one thing that no one could take away from us, that, you know, only we had been pregnant together. So, he told her to get an abortion, and he broke up with her. That's what she told me. Jim, her husband, was willing to step up to the plate and take care of this baby. He's a really good dude. Like, I have no words. No, nothing. This is a good man. He treated her like gold. Everyone else, from what she said, her family, everyone wanted her to have an abortion. She did not, which is fine. That's her right. I mean, absolutely. It's a child. Well, then she ended up having a miscarriage. So this is around the end of 2018, going into 2019. So let's keep that in mind. She ended up having a miscarriage. And I think he may have gotten back together with her somewhere in that point. I'm not sure. But so that's when she started with my Twitter. And really just going after it. And every post that she could find, because my Twitter is kind of a parody of me. When you see it, you're going to see that I'm raunchy. Like the dawn that I can't be on Facebook. Just raunchy and just funny. And, like, that's why I have, like, 14,000 followers. It's just fun. It means 0% of anything, of nothing, or whatever. But anything I would post, she would underneath it automatically comment. She made like probably 10 fake profiles, and she would just start on about like just disgusting things. Okay, you'll see them probably if you get on there. Disgusting things. Actually, I ended up having like 3 of the accounts deleted because they were just so ridiculous. Anyway, so of course I played back because I'm not the most mature sometimes when it comes to these kind of things. I think a lot of people would have been in the same situation because I was truly being tormented. Like, I knew that I wasn't going crazy. I knew that something was going on. I felt like he was having an affair because he was already doing things like sleeping on the sofa and like all these things, but he wouldn't admit it. Oh, that was the other thing. She told me in the beginning that they were playing the long game. They were waiting for her to get her real estate license because she didn't work at the time. And they were waiting for Bob to get a better job because he wasn't at a high paying job at the time. And then they were going to leave. So they played the long game on me. And when I say long game, I mean 3 years. So I just kept wanting to know the truth, as anyone would. And so then when I would get egged on, I would respond like everyone now, says to me like, oh, take the high road, don't respond. That's so easy to say when it's not being done to you. Super easy to say. Anyway, maybe I should stop the video right here because it's like 16 minutes. Okay, part 1 is done. Be right back.